Hello everyone, my name is Veronica and this is my final presentation. So for step 1 and 2, I had to discover a value conflict in my life, and I quickly observed that I have a severe conflict going on between the value I place on physical self-care and my related actions and behaviors. I understand and know how important it is to take care of our bodies and to maintain our health, but I just have not been putting forth that effort to exercise or eat healthy or drink water, get good sleep. I just have not been doing those things, so that was pretty tough to realize that I just have not been matching the value I place on physical self-care. And a lot of this is because poor time management. I don't schedule my days very well, and I put most of my time and effort towards school, so there's that imbalance there in my life. And also I just have some bad habits. I don't, get enough sleep, and I eat out, and I don't exercise. So just a lot of things going on to contribute to that value conflict. And so I set a goal to practice this value in my life. And my SMART goal was to exercise 3 times a week for at least 15 minutes. And that seems like nothing, but for me, I had to start small or else I would get overwhelmed. And I kept track of this during the 8 weeks, and that was very helpful for me to make sure I was remaining consistent. And also, my to-do list was so helpful to have those action items every week that I had to do. And I found these 3 right here to be the most helpful to me. Writing down my hopes and reasons and desires was a great source of motivation, and it was a really great reminder whenever I looked on my mirror, which is where I had it, to remember why I was doing this and what I wanted from it. So I needed that encouragement. And I also reached out to my friends and families for encouragement because they provided me with that accountability, and I could lean on them when I wanted to give up and sleep in or waste time on watching movies. And so they were great at helping me to remember my goal. And then lastly, reflecting and writing down how I did each week was really helpful, because I could see where I needed to improve and how I could do better the next week. So for step 4, I interviewed my sister. She has a lot of personal experience with integrating physical habits into her life. So she has a lot of knowledge on the subject, but she's also very loving and encouraging and doesn't judge me in any way. And so she provided that much needed guidance and advice. And also she was very influential on the outcome of my project, because she helped me to remain accountable throughout the 8 weeks, and I could look to her as an example of success and a source of motivation. I don't think I would have done as well as I did if it weren't for her, and I'm very grateful for her to that. And I needed this interview because I needed to talk to someone about my project so I could remain accountable and have someone to report to, which is crucial a lot of times when we're setting goals. So overall, I think I did really well with my project. I wasn't perfect, but I remained consistent, and I did those 15 minutes. A lot of times I just did the bare minimum, especially when some challenges were coming up in my life. But I I learned that it's okay to do the bare minimum, because as long as we're putting in any effort, we're already doing better than we were before. So effort is the goal here. And I did observe some beneficial results in my life. I noticed that my health was improving and that it was helping me to be successful in other areas of my life. So I feel like overall I was really, really successful with this project. And I learned that it's important to start small, otherwise we get overwhelmed, which is why I did 15 minutes. And making that plan and scheduling it in was really crucial for me. And I realized that resources are also so crucial, because we need to use what we have and use it to their full extent in order to really maximize our abilities and find the most success. So overall, I feel like I did really well, and I learned that I can do hard things and I can accomplish goals, especially long-term goals, which is something I've struggled with throughout my life, is maintaining the consistency and the motivation over a long period of time. So yeah, and that was my project, and thank you for listening.